Well, once again, back with Phoenix Wright. Let's talk to Maya, the Steel Samurai. I don't get it, Maya. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the samurai costume? What? You mean Mr. Hammer was wearing the costume? Yeah. But Mr. Hammer was the victim, Nick. Why would he go through the trouble of stealing it? That's what we have to find out. The director's alibi. What happened with the director's testimony? Well, it's pretty clear that the producer and the director were both in the trailer. Huh. Which means that the killer has to be one of them. Really? Why? Because the real scene of the crime was Studio 2, where that trailer is. What? Is Maya always this excitable? Obviously, I gotta visit again. Well, have you noticed anything that might help us? Can't see what's going on when Mia is here. So no, I haven't noticed anything. Right. Maybe we should go talk to WP? WP. Powers, right. Alright. Oh, that's not what I meant to do. That sucks. I like how she'll always repeat the same thing no matter how many times you ask it. Alright, let's go talk to him. Detention Center. October 19th, Detention Center Visitors Room. Mr. Wright, you did very well again today. Thank you. Oh, thanks. Could you not look like you're about to burst into tears? Wow, Nick. You must have really wound him in there. You could stop looking so vulnerable, too. Hey, WP. Only one day left. Let's make it count. Yes. Though there's not really anything I can do to help. Ha ha ha. I'm not really sure what I can do either. Please, this is no laughing matter. Well, we gotta talk to him. Producer Vasquez. Could you tell me more about Miss Vasquez? Vasquez? It's probably Vasquez. I'm gonna say Vasquez. Oh, the producer. She's well respected in the industry. They say she's a genius. A genius? She's been at Global Studios for 5 years now. Right or wrong, nobody dares to tell her different these days. Why is that? Ever since she came on board, we've had nothing but hits. Global Studios was on its knees, but she picked it up and made it shine. Oh, and... And? What? Nothing. Forget it. I've only heard rumors anyhow. Rumors? Can you tell me anything about Mr. Manella? Oh, he used to be a minor straight-to-video director. Something in his work caught Vasquez's eye. She brought the Steel Samurai idea to him. Now everyone knows the name Sal Manella. I hear he's pretty much at her beck and call, though. Whenever she says jump, he asks, how high, and how that. I can imagine him being at her beck and call, but I can't imagine him jumping. Mr. Hammer. I was wondering about Mr. Hammer. He was a big star back in the day, right? But then he just dropped off the face of the earth. Oh, you're right. Yes, you're right. In fact, he was my role model when I started in this business. But he just stopped taking on big roles. That's when he began appearing in little productions at Global. How could he do that? I was really looking forward to his sequel to Samurai Summer. He just gave up being a star 5 years ago. He actually, now that I think about it, that was right when Miss Vasquez came to Global. 5 years ago. I don't know if she would have done it. I mean, it's possible, but I don't know if that's actually what happened. Studio main gate. Old bag there. Yep. Oh my god, that's damn motorbike they're out there with it again. That's so annoying. The old windbag sure is quiet today. You know, this place is really peaceful like this. Nick? I think her guard's down. Yeah. I bet we could even eat those donuts in the guard station, if we wanted. You eat, you die. Whew, she's alive. Well, let's talk to her then. Oh my god, I hope you don't hear that, though, the motorbike. It's so annoying. They do that pretty often. What's he doing? Just revving it? Repairing it? He didn't have to rev it like that. I was worried about D. Vasquez, producer. Oh, the studio bigwigs love her. She always gets her way. She seems bitter. Do you not like the producer? Look, the studio people don't want me talking about her, so sorry. Okay, Dr. Manella, you'll talk about him, I bet. Can I ask you about Sal Manella, the director? Sal? He's soft. Pushover. Does whatever Vasquez tells him to. She treats him like dirt, but I think he likes it. Huh? Why would anyone like being treated like dirt? That doesn't make any sense, does it, Nick? No. No, it doesn't, Maya. Maybe she told him to do it and he did, because, you know... Mr. Hammer.
Ah, I heard about what you said today, cheeky whippersnapper. Poor old Hammer. You drag his star down from the sky and stomp on it, calling him a criminal, a thief. I won't forget this.
Uh-oh, she's really pissed this time.
You listen to me, whippersnapper. My poor old Hammer would never do such a thing. Why would he steal Power's costume so he could sneak by me? He would never stoop so low. It's impossible.
Well, we ain't gonna get much else from her now. I guess we'll have to move down to outside Studio 1. Think back, Nick, to the day of the murder. Mr. Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume. Then he left from here to go to Studio 2? Right. But why? I wonder if someone called him, like the director or the producer. Oh, let's go to Studio 2 then. Or outside Studio 2. Oh, there she is right off the bat. Hey, Nick. It's Miss Vasquez. Hello. She's gonna have a different name every time I say it. Hello. Oh. Maya, you should at least try to be polite. I'm watching the clouds. That's all she had to say, apparently. I don't think we're gonna get much info out of her. Oh my god, will they stop with that motorbike? Excuse me. Mr. Hammer came here on the day of the murder, and... Shh. I think you can hear it too. Oh my god. And it's so silent that I won't be able to cover it. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I'm watching the clouds. I'm not interested in talking to you. Do something, Nick. She's really ticking me off. Oh dear. Alright. I mean, I assume... Mr. Powers wasn't the killer. You don't have to cancel the Steel Samurai. I think I'm tired of the Steel Samurai. You did it. Nick, she did it. She's the killer. My fey blood speaks to me. I know it. I know it. Oh dear. Director Manella. I was wondering if you could tell me about Mr. Manella. If you must talk about that man, perhaps you could talk about it in the trailer. By yourselves? Oh dear. Well, we got nothing. What's in the trailer? Actually, there's nothing I can examine here. Let's move to the trailer. Anything inside, even? Well, at least it stopped for now, that motorbike. Wasn't the assistant cleaning up yesterday? Funny, it still seems pretty messy in here. I guess she was still on the high from getting that rare card she needed. Alright, there's nothing to examine here, even. Floor plan? Looks like they were designed as set to use for the Steel Samurai show. They got some figures for how much does the set costs. I can't believe they spend that much money on those sets. There's nothing here. Oh well. How do I move again? Back. Move. The only thing I can think of right now is I'll have to move to... Well... Studio main gate. And then we'll have to go to the employee area. Alright. I guess they're not filming today either. I did want to see them filming, just one time. This trial will be over and done by tomorrow. You can come see them film later. I guess. This is where you found that ball of sleeping pills, right? Aha. I wonder if there's any other clues lying around. Yeah! No, no, no. No touching. Eek! Oh man, it's Gumshoe. Oh, sorry, pal. Didn't mean to frighten you. Didn't mean. I almost had a heart attack. Heh, I guess I can be a little dramatic at times. Dramatique. I suppose it's the actor in me. Dramatique, indeed. Ahem. Anyway, I'm here to examine the plate on that table. Wait, are you looking for sleeping pills? Yeah, pal. Traces thereof. Alright. Let us talk to him. The plate. So you're looking for the traces of the sleeping pills. How? For a thorough examination, I gotta take the plate back to the precedent. I
have the capabilities to make a cursory examination right here. Our science guy gave me some testing solution.
It's just like the sleeping pill bottle.
This reacts to sleeping pills, see?
Oh, I see.
If there are traces, it'll change color. Wow, neat. Well, Detective Gumshoe, what are you waiting for? Now, everything in due time, pal. Well, the testing solution on the plate changed color, alright.
So there were sleeping pills on the plate.
Looks like it.
Well, there we go. We added that. The investigation. How goes your investigation?
Tell the truth, it's a real mess, pal. Some people think we should pursue the case we already have against Powers. Some people think we should switch suspects.
What do you think, Detective Gumshoe?
Well, pal, I hate to admit it, but I'm not sure I buy the case against Mr. Powers anymore. I feel kind of bad for Mr. Edgeworth, though.
Because he's got to prosecute him. How is Edgeworth doing anyway?
Edgeworth is out of control. He was in the waiting room, and he crushed this paper cup with hot coffee in it.
Whoa.
Talk about burns, pal. Wow,
the fury of Edgeworth. Yeah, crushing paper cups. Bottles? Say, whatever happened to that empty bottle?
Oh, bottle of sleeping pills? Well, I got some good news for you about that. They found the victim Jack Hammer's prints on the bottle.
So that means...
Yep, sounds like the one who put Powers to sleep was none other than the victim.
So I was right. Alright, we have that now. At least I'm getting more evidence I can actually use. The only place I can do now is maybe move to the dressing room. Maybe Salmonella's in there.
Oh, hello.
What are you doing here?
Oh, I was just cleaning up the dressing room.
I don't know why I give her a quiet voice anymore considering how crazy she was.
I guess WP won't be using it anymore, so...
What?
What? Why?
But WP's innocent.
Yes, and I'm really grateful for all you've done. But this week is the last episode of The Steel Samurai.
What?
No!
Now we gotta talk. This looks like they were looking for a way to get out of the show, maybe. I was wondering if I could ask you about Mr. Hammer.
Yes.
On the day of the murder, he went to Studio 2.
Huh? I thought he went to Studio 1.
He stole the Steel Samurai costume, too.
What? Why would Mr. Hammer do something like that? Oh. I guess the rumor must be true then.
The rumor?
Yeah. Miss Vasquez, that producer, had some kind of hold on Hammer. She had some dirt on him. He'd do anything she said, apparently.
Some dirt? What dirt?
Dirt. You know, bad stuff. I know what dirt means. About 5 years ago, they were filming a movie starring Mr. Hammer. They were using a new studio, Studio 2. Some sort of accident happened during filming. After that, they never used Studio 2 again. They left the film set the way it was, too. The film set? Trailer? Is that trailer part of the film set, then?
The last episode?
What do you mean, the last Steel Samurai? I know it's a shock, but nothing can be done to save it now. Whoever really did kill Mr. Hammer also signed the Steel Samurai's death warrant. No. Also, I hear that Global Studios is going to change its programming. They're not going to make kids shows anymore. What? Why? I don't know. It's sad, but that's what Global Studios decided.
Oh boy, it's studio policy. It just keeps expanding. Why aren't they going to make kids shows anymore?
Steel bigwigs don't want the Steel Samurai around anymore. They want to forget all this ever happened. They want it quiet, you understand? How can they just do that? What about all the kids who love the Steel Samurai? It's okay. I'm sure the kids will be fine. They'll find a new hero to follow. No, that can't be true. If the program just ends, they'll be heartbroken for sure. Nick, say something.
Yeah. I think evidence rather than words is called for here. Here, take a look at this.
Alright, path to glory, I guess. Present.
What am I presenting? And this is? A fan collected all these photographs. The kids love the Steel Samurai. The show shouldn't be cancelled just so some adults can save face. I would think you would understand that better than anyone.
You're right. Okay. But what can I do?
Well, for starters, you can tell me something. Tell me what it is that Global Studios is so intent on hiding. Tell me about this accident 5 years ago.
Okay.
Alright, 5 years ago. Could you tell us what happened 5 years ago?
Well, I can tell you what I've heard. Apparently, 5 years ago, someone died. It was Hammer's fault.
Someone died?
It was an accident, of course. Anyway, the producer, Miss Vasquez, managed to hush it up. And that's the dirt she had on Mr. Hammer. That's why Mr. Hammer would do anything Miss Vasquez asked him to do. But it was an accident, right? Why didn't they just make it public? Well, you know, Mr. Hammer was a big star back then. They were afraid about what would happen to his career if word got out. See, you know who knows more about this? Miss Oldbag. She was here at the studios back then, you know? Thanks, we'll try asking her if she'll talk. No salmonella, apparently. I'll go talk to Oldbag then. I don't think we got anything new here. Nope. That means we'll move outside. What? You're still slinking around? If you like the place so much, why don't you take over for me? The old windbag doesn't look so good. Everybody's doing their darndest to forget Hammer. Who do they think made Global Studios what it is today? Hammer. It's all due to Hammer. She's starting to froth at the mouth, Nick. Maybe we should keep a safe distance. Alright, let's talk about this incident. 5 years ago. I want to ask you about 5 years ago. Yeah. Who told you? Who did you hear that from?
Huh?
Nichols.
Nichols? Nichols. Maybe Penny Nichols. That sister we talked to. Oh, right. Anyway, we heard about the accident. It was during filming with the jackhammer. He killed a man, didn't he?
Whippersnapper?
Dredging up
Old dirt on someone's past like that, and the recently departed, no less. I suppose you think this is fun?
No, I was doing my job to protect Mr. Powers.
Claim that Hammer stole Powers' costume. You expect me to believe that rubbish? Or do you have some kind of proof?
Prove that Hammer stole Powers' costume? I have proof. Sorry, Miss Oldbag, but I do have proof. I can prove that Mr. Hammer stole Mr. Powers' costume. I guess that would be the freaking sleeping pills. Here's my proof.
What? What's a little empty bottle supposed to prove?
It's a ball of sleeping pills with Mr. Hammer's fingerprints on it.
What does that prove?
I'm sure
old Hammer had some sleepless nights. Where's your proof that he used those pills on Power?
that was a steak. Mr. Powers ate a T-bone steak for lunch, correct?
Well, yes. So?
This is the plate that he used to eat that steak. There are traces of sleeping pill powder on the plate.
Yeah.
She's calming.
I see. Poor Hammer. You did wrong, Hammer. Rest your soul.
Miss Oldbag?
Okay, you win. I'll talk. I'm tired, see? Tired of holding it all in.
Miss Oldbag.
You're right. 5 years ago, there was an accident. A fatal accident. What's worse, a paparazzi took a photo of it. That photo, well, it caused quite a stir. And guess who made it all better? Vasquez. She has ties to the Mafia. She silenced that paparazzi. That was the beginning. After that, she became a force to be reckoned with here at the studio. I see. But you have to understand, poor old Hammer never meant to any harm to anyone.
Miss Oldbag.
Hold on a minute.
Poor Miss Oldbag.
Here, take this.
Photograph? The accident? Yeah, oof. Wait a second. This is the picture. Oh shit, why'd it go so fast? Hammer was supposed to fight the bad guy on the top of those stairs there. He pushed the other actor and the man fell onto the flower box fence. But how did you get this?
It was a long time ago. I don't feel much like talking about it.
I understand. A real photo added to the record. Why was there a tennis racket? Also, why did it skip so much text there? I didn't mean to do that. That was an accident. Alright. Now where do I go? To Miss Vasquez? I assume. Show her the photo. That's the only thing I could think of. Studio 2. Talk. Can I present anything? She's not even looking. Where? What? Where did you get that? Well, Oldbag. Old? She means the security lady, Miss Oldbag, Nick. Right. Anyway, Miss Vasquez, you hid this incident from the press, didn't you? And you used it to control Mr. Hammer. The wind. Huh? It's gotten stronger, don't you think? The wind. Your conversation interests me. Let's talk about it more inside the trailer. Nick, she went inside the trailer. Okay, then hopefully we're not gonna die. Alright, so where are we getting to with this? You came. Well then, what's that you were talking about? Why is she so eager to talk all of a sudden? Miss Vasquez, you were using that accident. You were blackmailing Mr. Hammer so you could control him, weren't you? That's why he was doing kid shows for petty change. So I'm a blackmailer now? Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? I mean, sure, it was an accident, but you used it to drag Mr. Hammer down from his rightful place as a star. Oh? I haven't pulled anyone down from anywhere. Mr. Hammer's career went sour of its own accord. But you were the cause. You pressured him. And to think it was just an accident. Excuse me? What is this all about? You keep saying accident, accident. How are you so sure? What do you mean? Must I spell everything out for you? Think, what would it be if it wasn't an accident? No. No way. You mean Mr. Hammer did it? On purpose? That is what I mean. Where's your proof? Can you prove it? Just think. Would he have let me run his life for 5 years over a mere accident? And I ran him hard, believe you me. But the security lady said it was an accident. Oh, but she was a big fan of Mr. Hammer's, you see. She jumped on the reporter who brought that photo into the studio. She wrenched it out of his hands, she did. Gave him a few bruises, too. So that's why she had the photo. She's an old fool. Of course, all the reporter would need is the negatives. He could have made a copy, but he didn't. The only copy of that photo is the one you held. Give it to me. Now. What? This is valuable evidence. Boys. Oh boy. Who are they? Professionals. They're good at erasing various things. What do you think? Would you like to be erased? What? The trial ends tomorrow? How unfortunate. It's a shame you'll have to miss it. Tell me why. Why do you want this photograph so badly? This is Mr. Hammer's dirt, no? Why should D. Vasquez care about it at all? I'm sure you'll have plenty of time to think about that where you're going. So long, friends. Boys, erase away. No! Hold it right there. Hold it right there. I heard everything, pal. D. Vasquez, you're coming down to the precedent with me now. Not bad. Very well. It appears this contest will be decided tomorrow then, in court. I'll be looking forward to it. Oh look, Salmonella might not even be guilty. He's breathing hard. Hey, you okay, pal? Sorry I was a little late with my entrance. I don't get many chances to practice that sort of thing. Detective Gumshoe. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I was really scared. Huh? Don't mention it, pal. Just doing my job. Detective Gumshoe? Sorry, it's just, I've wanted to say that line ever since I became a detective. Okay, I've got one more job to do today. I'm sure we'll run into each other again soon. Well, Nick, looks like we're getting close to the bottom of this. Who's at the bottom? D. Vasquez. Oh, looks like we're heading to the trial tomorrow. Of course I'll save it. To the trial I go. October 20th, 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 4. Number 4? I don't know. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. Prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Defense is ready, Your Honor. Today will be the final day of this trial. I hope both the prosecution and the defense will be able to present decisive evidence. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement. In yesterday's session, the defense presented with us a new theory for this case. He claims that the scene of the crime was in fact Studio 2. Today, I will call on people to present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. From their testimonies, the truth will become clear. Very well. Edgeworth seems a bit on edge today. Nah. call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. The prosecution calls Miss D. Vasquez to the stand. Miss D. Vasquez is a producer who was present in the Studio 2 trailer that day. Alright, how's she gonna freak out if she does? Will the witness state her name and occupation? D. Vasquez. I'm a producer for Global Studios. I think I was pressing B by accident, that's why. On the day of the murder, you were in the trailer in Studio 2. As everyone here knows, yes. I dislike needless banter. If you must pontificate, do it when I'm not here. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder.
Nick, I know she did it. Make her pay.
Right.
If she's guilty, I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. She got no pants, as far as I know.
Maybe you should stop smoking in court.
I entered the trailer. A little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp. It ended at 4. There were to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later, and we all went to Studio 1. That's all.
I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you?
The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk. What with that monkey's head toppling over?
Oh boy. How's the van even going to be proof of anything? Oh, I see. Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it.
Alright, I don't have much proof, do I, of anything?
I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at 12 sharp, but ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me.
Hold on.
You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van.
Oh, alright.
2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting.
And what were you doing during that time?
Don't hit your desk. It irritates me.
Yeah, Mr. Wright.
Oops! It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. Well, Nick, find anything? I kinda wish she'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said. Somewhere.
Trailer a little before noon.
12 sharp, it ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to stage 1. Or Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4 and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. I would think it was between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth.
Alright, what do we have in here?
There's a cat trying to get into my room of all times. What about the van? Manella used this van to drive Vasquez to the Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. I have no idea how that is evidence at all. Oh boy, the only thing I can think of is this head. What time was it removed? Between 2:15 and 4 p.m. Hold on a second. I think the cat wants food. I probably got to cut this part out soon so I can go feed him. I guess I'll have to do it. Okay, I'm back. Need to feed a cat. Alright then. Fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Man, these are tough. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Okay. Sal and I ate T-bone steak on the table in front of the trailer. I mean, I don't have much new evidence. I have the 5-year-old photo, the sleeping pill bottle, the steak plate, and the van. Billy used this van to drive Vasquez to the Studio 1 after the meeting. Sorry, I had to yawn. After the meeting in the trailer.
Right now, I don't see how that is anything. Oh, man. I did the trailer before noon. Let's check. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. You always this terse? Yes. Oh dear. The meeting began at noon sharp. It ended at 4. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on. Let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said to you, Mr. Edgeworth. Please stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. There were to be rehearsals afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And what exactly was that? Forgotten. Oh man, I don't have much to go on. I went to Studio 1. It either has to do with the break or going to Studio 1. Man, I'm going to fumble this one for sure. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. I mean, I just got the van. Should I use the van evidence? I mean, what is this evidence of even? That's the problem. Manila used this van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. That's not it. Or the music continues, that's not it. Blah, blah, blah. I know, I'm dead. I'm going off the logic of the camera. Why am I so bad at this right now? I don't know where it is. The problem is, there's nothing to go on here. Took a 15-minute break. At 2:30 we took a 15-minute break. I mean, what do I have? Cody's camera. The 5-year-old photo is not relevant. The sleeping pills, not really relevant. Steak plate, not relevant either. Because these were not in that. I need to do something with that area. It can't be the van. It's not the guide map. The autopsy report. This is literally the only thing I could think of. This here means nothing right now. At 2:30 they took a break. I mean, is it the... No, it's not that either. Where am I trying to... The witness's statement is totally faulty. Blah, blah. I know, I'm losing on this one. I don't have much... This case has, like, no evidence to go with. Now, it keeps, like, going on and on, and I get less and less evidence to work with. Now I'm not finding anything. Everything is, like... a little before noon. I mean... Does that matter if it was before noon? I don't have any other sort of path to glory. Doesn't matter. Ah, it's not what I meant to do! Oh god, that one was an accident. Sorry, that one was an actual accident. I was trying to press A, I pressed Y. Unfortunately, I lose one on that for being stupid. I was just trying to look at it. I did not mean to present it. God damn it. Holy shit, I just meant to look at it. This does not mean anything. This doesn't mean anything either. Nothing here makes sense. I don't have any evidence I need, to my knowledge. Walk the path to the scene of the crime between 2:15 and 4 p.m. What am I supposed... really don't know what I'm doing here. And this is early on in the trial. It's hard to get a read on her. I can't find anything. That's the problem. There's so little evidence to use of everything I have. Okay. The meeting began at 12 and it ended at 4. Okay, yeah, sure. It was to be rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And this head was there between what time? 2:15 and 4, so that doesn't really help me because 4 was blocking the path. It would be the camera where I can prove that it was at Studio 2 though, but I don't have an opening for that. You're fatigued, so you had Sal take me. Did I... Do you have someone who can verify this? Sad. No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. If she committed murder during that break, she wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. If I had some evidence that she didn't eat that steak... Well, Nick? Evidence she didn't eat the steak. What evidence? So it's the steak? I was not thinking the steak was the evidence. Okay, that's it? I was really not counting on the T-bone steak. What? What is this? Found the employees area on a large sleeping pills. Okay. Would it be because they shouldn't have had T-bone steak? I didn't think about that. Should there have been T-bone steak in the employee area? Let me try this out. That's the weird part. I didn't even catch on to that. Ha! As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate? This plate was on the table at the employee room. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Miss Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at the table outside your trailer. One of them didn't have a bone, I guess? Yet there were no bones left on the plates. The plates were bare. That is such a small detail to remember. Miss Vasquez. Tell me, how could a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Yeah. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Is it obvious, Your Honor? I mean, meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with with the Steel Samurai. Jesus Christ, I had forgot that there was nothing on the plate. It's such a small detail. Order. Are you saying? Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you did it. You killed him with your own hands. Your own hands? I was not expecting that. Mr. Wright, isn't that a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Oh, I'm gonna lose any day, Vasquez. I lost one. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was that murder weapon again? Oh yes, the samurai spear. Yes? I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you could. You couldn't, could you? I think you could. It's not impossible. Well, maybe it's not impossible, but...
Silence. I'm speaking. The victim was stabbed through the chest from the front, yes. I believe this would indicate that the victim was aware of the killer's presence. Now, the Steel Samurai costume is quite light and mobile. Compared to the victim, I am weaker and slower. I couldn't possibly win such a fight. Not to mention, there's proof I did not have the spear. The photograph of the Steel Samurai shows that the victim himself was holding it. Oh, do you mean to suggest that I could have wrested it away from him?
Yeah, take that, Wright. If you still think she did it, show us proof.
Hey Nick, look at the data we have on the samurai spear in the court record. Isn't there something in there that gets to you? Something odd about the samurai spear? Wait.
Something the matter, Mr. Wright?
Sorry, Your Honor. I'd like to take back my previous claim.
Very well. I will hold you to your claim, but I'm afraid I will have to penalize you.
What?
What's this? Taking back your claim? Let's backtrack for a moment. I want to consider whether the witness could have used the samurai spear or not. However, that has no bearing on this case.
Meaning?
The samurai spear was not the murder weapon.
What?
Okay, well, that was a roundabout way to lose a point. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found lying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as the murder weapon. Because it was broken, right? The spear itself. I mean, it wouldn't be... Shaft has been... It's duct tape, right? I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that this spear broke during the morning action scene run-through? Someone fixed the spear. It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing a thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're...
Silence. I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? The samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell me what was. How was Hammer killed?
Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer?
Oh boy, I only have one exclamation mark left. I can? I don't know. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was?
I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Oh, god damn it.
The van? The 5-year-old photo?
Could it be... wait.
I mean, it could be two things. No, it wasn't the van. It had to be this. Let's show the photo, maybe. Could have pushed him. Look at this photo.
What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of the stairs. Order, order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photograph of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. It was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth, you still can't see it? See the fallen man in this photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What? Are you saying...
Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Why she looks shocked in that one?
Mr. Wright, continue.
It's 2:30 p.m. on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside the Studio 2 trailers. Then she did it. She pushed Mr. Hammer off the stairs onto the fence. What's all this about, though? Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say.
In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way that he caused another man to die? 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it?
Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my script writing staff.
You deny that what I say is true?
Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died at the trailer as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? And in the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting, the trailer lasted 15 minutes from 2:30 to 2:45 p.m. Could Jackhammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to Studio 1 and placed inside his costume? There wasn't enough time.
Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body?
She had another way?
What if she had another way to carry the body, other than her own hands?
For instance?
Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's hear it then.
Mr. Wright, please show us how she carried the body. Well, I see it's the van this time. That's where the van comes into play. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Call your testimony.
There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me.
You used the van to carry the body to Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Well then, how does Sal not know about this? Hold on, Wright. Don't forget, it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was the conspirator? Oh God, was he or was he? He had to have been. It's because what she says goes. Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella has to have been a conspirator. The body had to be placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget that they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to, because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue?
No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun.
I win? Nothing. Is that it? So, what happens next? Don't you have anything to say?
What would you like me to say?
Huh? I lost? Something like that?
I just said that.
Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez? So it was you? You killed Jack Hammer. A lot of nothing right now.
Who can say?
Huh?
Are you sure I did it, Mr. Wright? We just engaged in a battle of wits. And the result of that battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer.
Right.
But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright.
What? Order! Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts? Of course, since the witness says. Certainly it does seem very likely she did it, but there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure.
Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving.
What do I do now?
Testify again, Vasquez.
I'd like you to testify again. Testify? Again?
Know when to give up, Mr. Wright? Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can only say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? That's the same questions to get the same answers. A waste of time.
Damn. I've come so far, only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Yes, Mr. Edgeworth?
I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor.
I didn't. Wait. I see. Very well.
But,
Your Honor,
I request that the witness testify again.
you are the prosecutor, are you not?
Why are you badgering me? And I'm your witness.
I just want to hear your testimony again.
Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes.
Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want to hear her to testify about? Well, yes, indeed. Verily say, I say, ergo. I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter.
Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? He probably realized she did it too. But... Wasn't he the one that said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that... Edgeworth.
I mean, he seems to be having trouble with this one too.
Alright, I was Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too. Only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police. Then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying he did it. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes.
You didn't have the script though.
Then I went home.
See no issue raised in this testimony. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Okay, Nick, we're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick.
Right.
Okay. Now, what am I looking for? Well, first of all, Sal Vegas here lay when we found the body. The sister was there too. Only Powers was absent.
You didn't have the script though.
The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. It wouldn't do to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Press harder. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio One for a rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess.
Very well. Miss Vasquez? Vasquez, please continue. Your Honor, I have an objection to the witness's last statement.
Huh?
Think. Miss Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio One. Why are you doing my job for me?
Maybe she's been trying to take her down for a while.
Order! Order! Mr. Edgeworth. What you have just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution would make such a move. Are you thinking of a career change to defense?
I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my role here.
Now, Miss Vasquez, do you have an explanation?
I can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of cult is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal.
Very well. Witness will change your testimony to reflect this reason.
I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind.
No, you didn't know.
I have to find something to peg this on her here, for everything we've done till now have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Sal and old bags here when the body was found.
No, you didn't. How did you know about the injury?
How did I know? Sal, he told me. Sal, the director? I have to find something to peg this on her here. Everything we've done is for... Okay. I only have one exclamation mark left. I would have to peg it on her somehow. this point, I don't even know what I have left to peg it with her on. Cody's camera is the only thing I could think of. No, Path to Glory. It has to be that last statement, I'd say. I immediately called the police, then Power showed up. Security Lady Obeg was quite agitated, pointing at Power saying he did it. Obeg, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going toward the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Press harder. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have also given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph? I mean, the one taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there I could use. Why'd you ask to be left out? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of that sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered us for us. Covered for you? Or covered it up for you? There must have been a lot riding on it with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. But what do I have? Okay, direction notes. I am running out of evidence here for sure. I've used just about everything here now. I've used the picture. Used sleep. I mean, I technically already used. I used that. I used the van. I have almost nothing left. Path to Glory. Cody's camera. Guide map. Maybe Cody's only thing though, he's still learning how to use it. Guide map. Path to Glory. This does not have it, obviously. It's not okay. So it can't be the autopsy report. Can't be the samurai spear. Can't be Mr. Monkey's head. Is it with this last part? Would it be the photo? He took a photo of it. Right. Or no, he didn't. What do I have here? A sleeping pill bottle? That's the only thing I have. Okay, but where... Okay, it has to be a sleeping pill bottle, I think, but where do I use it? I only have one left. I don't have any other chances to screw up or else I gotta redo this entire thing, don't I? Powers was absent. I merely called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone else doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers had finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then, silence. Dead silence. Silent. Hey, Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. The only thing I have is to pin it on her is the sleeping pills. But I don't know what else to do. I don't know where to present it. That's my problem. That's literally the only thing I have here. I gotta take the chance. If I lose here, I guess I'll just have to end it and re-get to this part before the next time I record. he deleted the photo, or he didn't take the photo because it wasn't the samurai. It was the samurai who lost, and he wouldn't take a photo of that, obviously. I'll just present this and lose then. I know what's going to happen. Yep, there we go, I lost. And this evidence clearly reveals that contradiction to that statement, Your Honor, and it's done. Well, I lost. Boom, dead. Well, it happened. I don't think that won me 8 points for the judge. Gone. Done. Let's see what happens and where I start from. That's enough. This court sees no reason to further prolong the trial. Uh-oh. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, guilty. I still have to redo that entire trial, right? The accused will surrender to the court immediately, to be held pending trial at the higher court within a month from today's date. That is all. The court is adjourned. Jesus Christ, this is a tough one, man. Game over, right? Continue. Okay, I can press further here now. Press harder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murder body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for the missing person? How do you agree with the defense on this one? Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one there was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Very well, I suppose that explains that. Well, Mr. Vasquez, we continue. Okay, that was nothing. Finally found it. You knew that Hammer was injured? Like, I don't know. I guess that would shouldn't be as hard as... I'm going to skip out all my failings so that you don't have to see it. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Yes, Mr. Hammer. Yes, Mr. Hammer's dragging his leg in this photo. But that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in a run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? Oh, I mixed that up! Oh, shit, that's why I wasn't concentrating on the names. I already said it was Sal who told me. That's right, he must have gotten it wrong. I was so confused on everything else, I didn't realize she mixed up the names. I think not. Mr. Manila was at the run-through that morning. He would have known it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Vasquez? You saw Hammer limping. You heard Mr. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manila. You saw Mr. Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Oh. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have been after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in the Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Order, order. I will have order. Witness? Can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, he would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on the matter? In other words, can you prove she had a motive? Of course I can prove it. She wanted to cancel. Okay, I have proof, and I'll show it to you. I present to you the court the evidence as to Miss Vasquez's motive to this murder. Well, where is... Path of Glory, Cody's camera, guide map... what do I have? Where's Path?
I know what I need. They wanted to cancel it. Great. But I don't have any evidence of that. What would be the evidence that they wanted to get rid of the show? I think it's the 5-year-old photo. Sleep pills have no bearing on this. Snake plate. It's not this though, I know it. This is my proof. Apparently it is. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in the murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, the case currently up for trial began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day, Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly it was a constant source of shame for the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you have only talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if it was Mr. Hammer who had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of useful men. It's a policy of mine. Mr. Wright, please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for the murder. Reveal evidence. Okay. Allow me to present to the court evidence proving Miss Vasquez's motive. See, this is tough. It's not the 5-year-old photo anymore. Is it the path to glory? It has to do with the show. It definitely has to do with the show to get rid of it. She had killed off the star. No, it's not. This is okay. This is my proof, and this tells us why Miss Vasquez wanted to kill Mr. Hammer. I'd say it all proves is that the defense attorney has completely lost his marbles. Mr. Wright, the court requests that you find your morals immediately. I'm afraid. Oh my God, so close. Think this one through, please. Reveal evidence. I don't have evidence though. That's the problem. What evidence would it? What is the sleeping pills? It's the only thing I have. There's nothing else here that I can think of. It has to be the sleeping pills. That's the only thing I can think of. This is my proof. And this tells us why Miss Vasquez wanted to kill Mr. Hammer. I'd say it all proves that is that the defense attorney has... I lost my marbles. Oh, well, dead again. Oh my God, why can't I figure this case out? I gotta do it all over again. Why am I doing terrible at it? I'm gonna erase most of this footage though, but I'll show like the main failures, but I won't show every failure. But why am I doing so bad at this? I don't understand it. Okay, so she had no motive. It was Mr. Hammer was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? Man, why am I bad at this? Simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. I see. I was thinking about the canceling of the show was like the motive. I did. At the same time, I did wonder if he was trying to get her. What? What? Your Honor? See, I took one piece of evidence and that was actually not even worth anything to me. The jackhammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jackhammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume. Jackhammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jackhammer made his way to the trailer. For what purpose, you ask? To kill D. Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him all those years. It's very rare to say things like no motive and stuff like that, that I just got tripped up. I just want his trial to end. So you did do it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to remain calm. No. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No. Manuel! Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No! Please. Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose again. Oh, what an awful showing that was. Mr. Edgeworth, where's D. Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor. As calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Appears you have brought about yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found is only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty after so many tries. Oh man, I'm bad at these games. I don't even know why I bother. That is all. The court is adjourned. I don't know what to say. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. I'm not doing voices right now. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez. But to think that he tried to frame me for the murder, it makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? I don't know. What evidence do we have? I don't know. I guess we'll never know. Yes, of course. Whew. I'm not sure I wanted to go down that road. Congratulations, WP. Oh. Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong? No, of course not. Ah. Nick. Edgeworth. Oh, hi. Say something, Wright. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth. You don't waste any time gloating, do you? No. I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years. Meet again? However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I am saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Are those kind of things necessary? They always serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Mr. Wright? Is this guy your friend? What? Friends? As if. They're rivals. Rivals, right, Nick? For now we are, I guess. Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick. Tell me. What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? We're going to go through the story now. So the curtain closes on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. Pink Princess, huh? Well, it got made. Nick, this is it. The new show starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right? I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it. You have to buy train cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and that assistant. Fine, I'll do it. Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I I wonder if they'll show his real face this time. I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real powers. But he's in the costume still. That one was too long, and that was a poor showing for sure. So yes, save and just end this finally. Oh, I'm dreading the next trial and the final trial. I can tell you that right now. Oh. Turnabout Goodbye is the next one. I can finally end this part now. That's all I can say. Well, sorry about that. That was really poor showing. So long.